Yo, look at our guy Gears. Look how small he is, dude. He's adorable. Look at this guy, dude. And here he is next to his Magic Square counterpart. Dude, the Magic Square version is huge. It totally eclipses this guy. But, dude, they're such different beasts in terms of their engineering, like what they're made out of and who they're for and stuff. And really, you know what? Let me just kind of move this for a second. If we're talking about scale, let me just show you how big, or I mean, how little they are. This is the main. This is the mainline Warpath, right? And he's not a huge deluxe. Well, maybe he is now because the shrinkflation and stuff. But you can see he's small, and that's wow, wow. So the Magic Square one, if you were to put him against the Sunbow chart, he wouldn't fit. He wouldn't fit properly. Whereas the New Age stuff, and he comes with Swerve, by the way, they all scale appropriately to one another. Bumblebee, Beachcomber, and Windcharger's homie, I forget his name, but yeah, all these cats, they oops, sorry for that, I hit the phone. They scale super properly, but the Magic Square does not. And I was going to do a proper comparison, and I am going to compare them, but they're just so different, and they're for different people. And so rather than really just kind of try to compare apples and apples, I'm just going to kind of tell you their differences. So first of all, this guy weighs 0.5 ounces, or sorry, 5 ounces, and he weighs 7 ounces. So not that different. And in terms of their quality, they're totally made of different type of plastics. You can see this is kind of like this matte vinyl, whereas New Age is, I don't know what type of plastic this is, but it's painted and it's nice and glossy. And yeah, in terms of whether it looks cheaper or not, that's kind of subjective, and I'll kind of leave that up to you. The way they transform is very, very, very different in terms of like where the things are stored, like the tire storing up here. Yeah, that's all pretty similar, but like the path to get there is just, it's just so different. It's just so different. And I will say one thing in terms of just like head sculpts, I feel like this guy looks more like Gears, even though he has these weird dimples in the side of his face. I don't know. This guy looks like Manny faces or something like that. Like, I don't know if it's these little things on the top. I know he has it too, but they just seem more prominent on him, like he's a cap of toothpaste or something. But just subjectively, like who I like better, I mean, I like this better. I'm a New Age guy. And if you pop their chests open, you know, he has that gimmick where, sorry, I would have been wasting a bunch of time trying to do it on camera. But anyway, here it is. And you can see everything is like all unobstructed because, I mean, he just has more mass to work with. This over here, unfortunately, is obstructed by that like little I don't know what you call that thing, but that thing, it's obstructed by that, so you can't see it all inside. But he does have a lot of detail, and generally the New Age stuff, you know, there's a ton of paint on it, there's a ton of gloss. Tolerances are extremely tight on this guy, whereas he is a little bit loose goose. And dude, the transformation for this thing is like far out. And you know what, before I forget, let me actually show you tailgate so you can see what it looks like in alt mode. Hey, really quick, did I call this guy tailgate? If I did, my bad, dude. This is not tailgate. This is Swerve, right? Tailgate is white Windcharger, I think, and then Outback is brown brawn, right? But anyway, they transform identically. When you get them packaged, he doesn't come with the fists, but they will not obstruct the transformation in any way. You can see that he has some faux tires over here, but as part of the aesthetic. But yeah, his real tires, they roll completely fine, and they roll completely well. Nothing, no clunkiness on the bottom. And yeah, like I said, they transform identically, and the quality on them, they just feel great. Just something about them feels really, really good. But like I said, they are such different beasts. If you're familiar with Magic Square's transformation, they rely a lot on panels. They are super panel formers. And in fact, actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me get the focus on. How about I show you the Magic Square transformation right in the middle right now while I just kind of have these guys dance on the side. So while the Magic Square thing is playing, I was going to say, if you guys haven't heard, I got invited by Blowkeys to attend New York Toy Fair. And so I will be there at the end of the month, and I don't know how much longer I can keep making these guys jump up and down. But yeah, I'm going to be headed to New York, and I'll be attending Toy Fair. I'm going to be checking out the Blowkeys booth. Can't wait to check out their new stuff. They got like Sesame Street, Minions, Transformers, and a variety of other things. I recently purchased one of their Evangelion kits, and I'm putting it together right now. And of course, I got to go visit Big Bad Hasbro when we're over there, and anyone else really in the space. I mean, I am a mech enthusiast. I love robots, But any toy really is just kind of my jam, and so I can't wait to go and check them out. Loki's is being super duper cool, and they're covering all of my airfare, my lodging, Uber, and all of that. And really, dude, it's like, man, your boy feels special. And so really appreciate Loki's for recognizing me and giving this opportunity to work with them. But all right, I think you've seen that transformation now. Woohoo, woohoo, if I got the timing right. And so you saw all of that, right? And so this guy transforms like completely differently. Like there's no similarity whatsoever. And I'm going to take you through that right now. I'm not going to transform him, but I'm going to transform him fresh. And you're going to see how tight the tolerances are as well. Okay, so give me 1 second to clean all this up. All right, for starters, we're going to have to lift this piece up, but it's extremely difficult. I really don't know how to like unwedge this from here. And I needed a spudger all the time where I did this. And then so you need to kind of get it in one side and you can start prying this up. But dude, the tolerances are ultra saurus tight. But yeah, you get into that little fissure over here and then just kind of pull up. And again, everything just feels such high quality on Newage. I'm not gonna lie, Newage isn't the cheapest. Isn't the cheapest toys. Like they're pretty expensive if you ask me for their size, but I think they're worth it. And so, oh, dude, I'm exerting a decent amount of force to to bring these down. And yeah, I'm not 100% familiar with the transformation yet, and so I'm gonna cut away really quick. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, just being completely honest, I actually thought that I was familiar enough with the transformation at this point, but I clearly am not. And so yeah, forgive me for these little cutaways. And so you're going to do this, and there's a couple of, you see those nubs over here? They do help tab in and secure everything, and you're just going to want to be careful with them later on because there are potential collision points, as you can kind of see over here with this. There's like a double hinge, and so you're just going to be very mindful of that. And so upon doing that, you're going to flip all of this out, and make sure you flip them out together because they are tapped in. Oh, the hips are really tight, and everything on this is just extremely tight. And some of the, sorry about that, I keep having this up here, and some of the instructions are abbreviated, and so you'll just kind of have to power through it or watch this video or someone else's video to help you out. Okay, so here it's really cool. This is going to flip back over here, and it's going to rest within this cavity, and it's going to tab in. And so this right over here, like I said, there's kind of like this double hinge, and so this is all painted, right? And so you can see it's touching over here. I'm actually kind of pulling the foot down a little bit just to minimize the friction. And I don't want that white nub to touch that burgundy one. So again, I'm just kind of pulling down. Otherwise, yeah, you're just going to be subjected to some paint scrapes eventually. And I don't want that. And this, again, that little tab right there by the tire is going to slot in, but you got to get it right, and there you go. And you'll hear it. And once again, you're just going to pull down. I mean, that's what I'm doing, at least, just because I want to minimize as much friction as possible. And there, they didn't even touch that time. So excellent. And those are the feet. My bad, I keep putting this up here, dude. And those are the feet. I'll try to be more mindful of where I'm putting the figure against the camera. This over here was kind of tricky. The arms, I mean, it's kind of basic, but the way the instructions show it is, I don't know, they don't do a good job in my opinion. So this comes back. I believe this comes back. And this will all kind of like plop down later on, but we'll move the arms out, and you can see the face over here, right? And these bits, they are on a ball joint, and so I forget which way you're supposed to move them, so just give me 1 moment. Okay, so it looks like these bits over here, you're supposed to spin. Oh, the ball joint is so tight. Oh, my poor nails. You spin. Dude, my fingers hurt so much. You spin inward, and then you're going to lift them up. so that they're looking like that. You see that? So they're kind of pointed upward. And so same thing with this. You're going to spin inward and then spin up. And I'm taking great care because, again, it's not like their paint really chips, but yeah, I mean, I just don't want to contribute to any of that. And so that is what it's supposed to look like according to the instructions. Okay, so this is the tricky part. This is the top of the collar, and you need to kind of fold it down, but it just tells you like bring it down like this, and it's not going to work with this. So what you're going to do is you're going to slightly open this, and I think they got the instructions wrong. And then from here, you bring this down. You can kind of bring that up and then slide that underneath. And again, just doing your best to minimize friction. And then after that, you can, oops, sorry about that. You can situate the arms, bring the head forward, situate the arms again. And then this, you will open up, then you will spin, you'll bring back down, and voila. And boy, he looks good, man. He has a nice head sculpt, good paint, not messy at all, really good detail, and just overall a very, very, very high quality figure. And sometimes if you don't get the double hinging right on the feet, he will not stand straight and it'll look like you did something wrong. But no, just mess with the mess with the hinges until you get it right, and then he'll be good. He'll be good. So yeah, it's like that, man. They're such a nice piece. They feel so good, and like there's metal somewhere. I'm not exactly sure. It might be the toes. Yeah, I think it's the toes. And so that center of gravity, that weight kind of bearing down will help them stand. Again, I just love the paint. I love the decor. I love the fact that it didn't take 8 million steps to transform. And I'm not a panel former guy. And unfortunately, this dude is a panel former. I do like the transformation. Don't get me wrong. It's fun in its own way. But I do think that it's over-engineered. A bit convoluted if you ask me. But again, this is all subjective. Some people love this type of stuff, and hey, that's totally fine. And just because I don't like it, it doesn't, like, I'm not saying, you know, your life choices or your purchase choices are bad. It's just, yeah, some people eat sashimi, sushi, and I don't. And I'm not saying anything bad about people who do. But yeah. But just looking at these guys, the range of motion and the articulation is just phenomenal. I mean, when I say phenomenal is at this tiny little scale. I don't want to move the hips up because, the tolerances are so tight. But they have all the expected range of motion that you can expect from most mainline Masterpiece figures. And so I'm not going to talk about that too much. But boy, do they have presence. They feel good in hand. And again, the details are just so well done, even from the inclusion of those faux tires, as you can see. Paint done well. And yeah, I mean, I'm a big New Age guy, but I've said before, in terms of like collecting legends, Mech Fans Toys and Magic Square version 1, phase 1 is kind of like my jam in terms of like, you can just transform them very, very quickly. But if I had to kind of invest into a more complicated line of legends, dude, it would be New Age, like hands down. Boy, that's nice, huh? That's super duper nice. And I don't know. Magic Square guy, he has tons to like about him as well, but just less paint, matte finish, and out of scale just kind of doesn't do it for me. But these little buggers, they are adorable, man. They are adorbs. And so, if this is your jam and you want to pick yourself up a copy, check out tfsafari.com and utilize the codes on my screen, okay? Appreciate y'all for watching, and I will talk to you next time, okay? Bye-bye. Oh, wait. All right, whatever, dude. Bye.